Welcome to Bad Dice, the UK's first Warhammer Fantasy Battle podcast. We bring you news, reviews and updates from all around the UK tournament scene. Your hosts are Ben Curry and Ben Johnson. We hope you enjoy the show, and if you do, be sure to let us know. You can contact us on thebens@baddice.co.uk or leave a positive review on iTunes. Welcome to episode 62 of the Bad Dice podcast. This episode, we've not really got any main feature to talk about, so what we've got instead is we've got loads and loads and loads of news. So
yes, it's been a busy week, hasn't it?
Yeah, these past couple of weeks in the Warhammer universe has been really busy. Lots of new stuff coming out, new releases, new information coming out of Games Workshop, and we're going to just have an in-depth look at what there is to talk about, and we'll try and do that, talk about it a bit. So. Before we get into the main part of the show, we're going to cover our sponsors. First up, we've got Ogg Games. Ogg Games are an online store. You can get pretty much anything wargaming related from them. They do 15% off almost all the Games Workshop range, so check them out for anything you want. Tomb Kings, all the new funky Tomb King releases, you can get them from Ogg Games. So check them out at www.ogggames.co.uk.
Ollie also sent me a present.
Did he?
Lord of the Rings living card game.
And have you played it yet?
To try out and then give away.
Fair enough, okay.
Not tried it yet, not had a chance. It looks good, that's for sure. The stuff you get in it, you get loads and loads of cards, tokens and all that. It's all good quality.
Excellent.
Quite looking forward to playing it.
Yeah, we'll definitely give it a go. I've bought a new game, or a few new games recently, so we'll talk about that in a bit in Fortnights in Fantasy. Next up, we've got Unseen Lurker. Unseen Lurker are a gaming magazine, general gaming, but majority Warhammer. The Unseen Lurker guys also run a lot of tournaments, and I'm going to on this weekend, actually.
Yeah, it is. It's Tempest this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, so the latest issue of Unseen Lurker has just recently gone out. Mr. Johnson's in it. He's there smashing the Army Doctor, and the next issue he's also got Ben doing a battle reporting as well. So issue 9's coming soon, and check them out if you want to see Ben's Orcs and Goblins and Steve Wren's Orcs and Goblins in all their glory.
Although you won't see Spider much.
No. So if you want to learn more about Unseen Lurker, you can get over to the website, which is unseenlurker.com. You can have a look at the forums and pictures on the site, and you can also check out a quarter of the magazine, which is free to download, and decide if you want to buy an actual hard copy of the magazine before. So try before you buy. So check them out at unseenlurker.com. And next we've got Rankings HQ. So Rankings HQ is a majority is a ranking.
Majority?
That's not a word. It's not really a word, is it?
No.
Mainly.
There you go.
Mainly a rankings site. However, the newest division of Rankings HQ is Rankings HQ TV. So I think this is the direction they're going in the future. TV shows sort of coming thick and fast, like one or two every week.
Yeah.
I've had a big catch-up this weekend. Normally, I don't watch them for a while. I wait until there's a few backed up and then watch like a couple of hours of them while painting.
Yeah.
So I had a good chance this weekend to watch some of them. Watched the Adepticon ones. I watched a coverage of the Salute show, which was quite good. That was a big wargaming show in the UK. I watched some of the Adepticon interviews. Dan Abnett, really, really good interview with Dan Abnett. There's all sorts on there. Check it out at rankingshq.com.
Excellent.
And last but not least, we've got Battle Foam. Yeah. So Battle Foam, for those that don't know, are basically they make cases and foam to transport your figures.
Very good cases and foam.
Yeah, and now you were pleased to know that they've opened a branch in the UK. So you'll now be able to get your products direct from Battle Foam in the UK. You can order through Wayland Games. They're their main distributor for the Battle Foam in the UK. If you want anything custom or something a bit funky, you can go direct to Battlefone. But I think he wants all his main orders directed through Wayland. Again, I was watching a Rankins HQ video where all this was explained.
Yeah.
So it's quite cool to see that. And yeah, so check them out. It's battlefoam.com. They've got a custom tray creator on the website, so you can have a look at how much cool stuff you can fit in one tray.
Yeah, it kind of gets a bit ridiculous, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Like, can I get another one
It's
in
like-
if I just turn this and twist that? And oh yeah,
It gets a bit like Tetris.
a little bit.
Okay, so check them out, battlefoam.com. Okay, so before we get into all the new funky news, we're going to do our fortnights in fantasy. So, what have you been up to, mate?
A lot of painting.
Yeah, still.
Still.
You're on a painted mission, aren't you?
Who'd have thought it? Yeah, the wife's doing a degree, so she's spending a lot of time either studying or at uni. So I have a lot of free weekends, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I went through this a few years ago.
Yeah, so I had like this weekend just gone. I painted 20 night runners and 35 slaves.
Yeah, and they're looking good. I had a good look at them last night.
I'm quite chuffed with them. So I've got all my funky new stuff for the next 2 tournaments ready, and now I'm moving on to what I'm going to take to the Midlands Open.
Okay, so what's new in your next tournament?
Next tournament, I'm going to use the slaves with slings and rat swarms. Well, they're not actually that newly painted, but not used them before. And then summer incursion is rat ogres and night runners with a warp grinder.
And have you played many games with them yet?
2, 3.
3 games. How are they going?
Rubbish. They're about 15 points cheaper than a kitted out abomination.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they've not been doing much.
They've not been doing much. In the first 2 games, it took them 9 turns to arrive.
Oh, dear.
Bear in mind, if they don't turn up after 6 turns, they count as dead. So, yeah, not a very good start for them.
No.
And I thought, I know, I'll get them painted. That'll sort them out. So first night last night with them all painted, and yeah, the Croxigores murdered them.
Oh, nice.
Came up, second turn, do you know what I mean? First roll, up they come, scattered 2 inches underneath a unit of skink crocs. And I thought, oh, brilliant. Because they've come from the rear, they charged them in the rear. Brilliant, I'll win this combat. No, go in the front. So the Croxigores bashed them.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Smashed his face before you got to strike.
Proper smash face.
Yeah,
Because
before you got to do any damage even.
they came up, and then in the magic phase, I cast Plague on the skinks, thinking that'll be fine. Get rid of a load of the skinks, then I might be able to.
You cast Plague into combat?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, you can.
You idiot. You don't know, do you?
I've got the card.
You got the card. Okay, reaches for the card.
No, you can't.
I do remember you screaming and shouting across Warhammer World Hall about you coming up in the front and blocking your charge to your Plague Furnace.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you can cast it into combat.
No, good
That's fine.
stuff. Fair enough.
Ooh.
Okay. What?
Yeah.
Just making good radio, Ben.
Sorry, yeah. Apparently, everyone gets affected if you cast it into combat.
Oh, right, both units.
Yeah. Didn't know that.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
Whoops. So a lot of my night runners probably should have died as well.
He died and ran off anyway, didn't he?
Yeah, well, that was it. I cast Plague on them, killed a load of skinks. The Night Runners struck first, killed a load more skinks, which meant the Croxigores stepped up, which doesn't make all that difference apart from they get stomp.
Yeah.
So the Croxigores killed, I think, 8
Oh.
Night Runners.
I hate it when they do that.
Yeah.
When I used to use Croxigores, I used to get like 4 hits and 2 ones to wound.
Yeah, but then now, if you've got 2 of them in contact, they get the stomp as well, don't they?
Yeah.
If you're only fighting toughness 3 stuff with no armour, it soon racks up the amount that they kill.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, they quickly died. But yeah, that's what I'm taking. I'm not using them at a tournament yet, so they're the next ones. And then yeah, like I say, Midlands Open. I'm not sure. Fancy a Bonebreaker and a Warlord and a Fellblade.
Struggling on the modelling though, aren't you, for the Bonebreaker?
Yeah. I'm looking at the Lord of the Rings Troll kit, but I'm not sure. Sort of like a blind rat that's been in the dark a lot, so all his furs fell out, and don't know. It was a thought, but I'm not sure if I can make it work or not.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I've been doing some painting. I've done, because I bought that ogre army, I've been slowly piecing it back together. Normally when I'm working away, I've been taking it with me because it's hard work painting in a hotel room. But it's easier to glue.
Yeah.
It's loads easier to glue. So the ogre army was, I think it was stuck together with PVA glue or something daft.
Yeah,
It just
I
kept
remember
falling
saying.
apart. So I've been going through, pulling all the bits apart, cleaning them up a bit, mould lines and that. Not much, just bits you can see from the top. And gluing them back together. And however, the bases were trash. The bases were all... they'd just been static grassed all over the sides and everything. So I binned all them, bought some more off some MDF ones, flat square, off Arcane Scenics, is on eBay.
Could you not trim the bases off?
I started trying, and it was taking that long. Just wasn't worth it. I got 50 bases for £10.
Oh, okay.
A bit of discount because it's friends of friends and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, 50 bases for £10. So I went to B&Q, purchased a small amount of slate.
That means stuffed into his pockets.
Purchased a small amount of slate. Came home, cleaned the slate up. That was the first thing.
You know that's stealing?
No, it was fine. I took a sample to see if it looked good in the garden.
It didn't, so you took it to yoga bases.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So washed all the slate because I soon found it was absolutely ditched.
Yeah.
And then stuck it on the bases and then filled it with just decorators filler, like poly filler, to build it up a bit. So it's like mud and slate. Because the MDF was so thin, if I'd have left it really thin, it'd look pretty bad as well, I think. So they're all done. Sprayed them brown as well. And I've not sprayed brown for a while. I've been black or white. I used to spray a lot of stuff brown.
Yeah.
I've forgotten how nice it is to paint over a brown undercoat.
A Plasticoat brown spray.
Yeah, well, I used the Army painted brown, and it's good. It's not gone all bitty bitty.
No.
It turned out well. So yeah, I've been plowing through them.
I had too many figures ruined with Army paint and spray to go back. I'm afraid.
Yeah, I think they've sorted it out now. It's some years ago, but once burnt.
Yeah.
I've got a cold one unit about done. 10 of them. Cold one's done. The rider's done. Stuck on. Still don't know if I'm snowing the bases yet.
Don't do it, man.
But I've been using the Army and half snowed, half not snowed, and the snowed stuff looks loads better.
No, disagree.
Yeah, it does.
Nope.
It's all getting snowed. It's just when I get around to it.
Don't do it, man.
So yeah, I've been painting them. I've got 2 more or 3 more to paint on the painting table upstairs. Okay. Don't really need to. I was going to take 13 this weekend at Tempest, but I'm not sure. I might just do the 10 that I've got painted. What else have I been doing? Signar. Been painting my Signar. Going to the War Machine ETC in a few weeks. 5 weeks? No, a bit longer than that, I think. So I need to get them done. So yeah. What else? Sure, there's some more. I've been doing a lot of painting this last week or so. A lot more than I have been for a long time, actually. I've enjoyed it. Not been painting for a while, so it's been good to get back into it.
No, I've been quite enjoying it. I can now get to see the end of the Skaven, which is quite nice.
Yeah, good stuff. So I bought some new brushes as well. I went to, because you were saying your Masters Series brushes.
I won a Citadel Masters set at the South Coast 2 years ago, the first South Coast GT. Three South Coast ago, and they've finally given up the ghost. I think I've got one of them now that still works. The rest have just been binned. And the one I was really hurt thrown away was it's like 1/4 inch flat dry brush.
Oh right, yeah, which you can't get anymore.
Which you can't get from GW.
Yeah.
But I went to Hobbycraft, bought a Winder & Newton one because same thing basically, just rebranded. Yeah. And yeah, dead happy again.
Well, I went to Dunelm, of all places.
Really?
And they've got a craft section now, which is like scrapbooking, and they've got a few watercolours and paintbrushes. And they had the paintbrushes have got like a quite chunky yellow handle, and the ends on them were all quite big, thick ends. And this was like a circular, a round brush, but it was flat, if you know what I mean. So the end was round. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't a circuit. Yeah, it's flat.
Yeah.
And it is really good. I bought it to PVA these bases, but when I started using the PVA on it, I thought, this is going on well. It'd be nice for just base coating and dry brushing and stuff. So I've got a couple of them. They're quite nice brushes. But yeah, that's about all I've got to add on that, really.
No, I love mine. I also bought another couple of Winder & Newtons as well, a couple of Series 7s. And then on Twitter, Tim Fisher and Kaz were talking about them. About rosemary brushes.
Yeah.
Which I've not actually... I've saved the link that they sent, but I've not actually looked into them. Apparently they're as good as Series 7s, but cheaper. So
what are they made from? The Kalinsky Sable?
Kalinsky Sable, yeah.
Worth checking out then, yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
like I say, I've saved the link on my computer because I've been out and bought my Series 7s now, but when they go, I'll check them out.
Yeah, okay, good stuff. So I've played a game, only one since the last. I think it's only one. It must have been only one.
I don't know.
Yeah, just against Adam Hall last night. Yeah, it was one because I was supposed to be playing last week and I ended up getting sent to bloody Hull again. Played against his Tomb Kings, which I was quite happy about because he said, "Oh, I'm not sure what I'm bringing." So I was like, "Oh, bring your Tomb Kings down." So played 2,600 points for the Tempest tournament this coming weekend, and I quite liked his Tomb King list. I think it could do with some tweaks. I think his magic phase wasn't really where I'd want it to be if it was my army. He had a level 3 on Nekaraka or whatever it's called, and Nekara, and a level 3 on Death, which I don't rate at all.
No, well, I don't know.
And then he had a level 1 on Light. But the way I saw it was the level 3 on Death could be 2 level 1s on Light.
Yeah.
So he's got a level 3 Nekara, 4 Burning Gazers a turn, and you know what I mean, because he's got the Hyro Titan, and yeah, there's it's quite a good magic phase, chucking a lot of magic about like that. The Hyro Titan's just immense.
Yeah,
really, really good.
I think it needs banning.
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah.
2 bound spells, adds stuff to its the spellcasters around it.
Yeah.
That's why you have one of them and you have 3 or 4 different low level spells a turn.
Yeah.
It adds, you get so much more out of him. So yeah, I liked it, really liked it. He also used the Knights, what are they called?
Necropolis Knights.
Necropolis Knights, that's it. They were
so you've done your research. Well done.
Yeah, I've not even picked up the book yet. I've been too busy. I keep meaning to email Ollie, and I haven't. And I know the price is going up at the end of the week, which we'll talk about in a bit. And I know I'll end up buying it at a high price because I'm useless. Really, I've been that busy. So, well, you know, like look at tonight. Look what time I rocked up to the podcast.
Useless son of a gun. I like the Knights. Adam used them against me.
What was it? 6 strength, 5 attacks.
5.
No, stomp as well makes it 6.
Sorry, but attacks, not a stomp.
5 attacks, 6 wounds total each, possible. 3 up armor save.
Yeah.
They ran into my Blackguard.
And they're constructs, so if they do lose,
1 less. Yeah. Ran into my Blackguard and decimated them, killed them all over 2 rounds.
You know they come have command as well.
Yeah.
Musicians, banners, the lot.
Yeah.
I like them. I'm not sold on the Stalkers.
No, well, I mean, Adam used a unit of Stalker. He had I'll run through the list. So he had the 2 level 3s, the light level 1, and that was his only characters, I think. He didn't go for the kings or the princes.
Was this to fit into the Tempest comp? Because you can only have X amount of characters.
Oh, possibly, yes, he might have done. But he'd put his extra points into units and monsters.
Yeah.
So his core was 2 units of 30 bowmen and like 40 warriors. And 3 chariots, which died to 1 elf. Then he had a scorpion.
He was quite a strong elf.
A scorpion with a 75-point magic banner. A scorpion, 2 tomb swarms. What else did he have? He had the knights, the stalkers, the sphinx, the necro sphinx, the Hyro Titan.
Casket.
Casket as well, yeah. Didn't have the catapult.
No catapult, no Shabti, no horseman, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was it. Through. Nice army, just a bit of everything. And I says to him, get rid of the stalkers, 2nd unit of knights, and you're well away. And it's a good list.
I think the biggest problem with stalkers is the base size and the fact they have to ambush. You don't get a choice; you have to ambush them. So it's not like
too random now on a 4+ every time. At least you knew before you're on like a 3 or 2 later on, whereas now it's a 4+ each time.
You sure
that
right?
Oh, no, I'm not sure.
That's night runners are like that.
Oh,
it's 4 up all the time. But I think ambushes go up. But the big thing for me is the footprint of the unit.
It's also the way you place them now. So you roll to see if they come, then put your token down, and then see where it goes. So you don't have to put it down before the game, which is really good.
It is, but then if you want to put it behind an army, you've got to be sort of 10 inches away from the table, because if you scatter off, they don't come up your roll again. Mm-hmm. Or, no, you don't. Do they misfire? I think they misfire if they can't be placed.
Right, okay.
So you need to be sort of 10 or 8 inches away from the table edge. There's such a big unit, getting them down somewhere, if it scatters in between units and things, it's going to be quite difficult. So yeah, I'm not massively sold on them.
But yeah, I like the list. I've played it 3, maybe 4 times now since the book's come out. Really, really impressed.
What do you think of the casket?
I don't like it. I'd rather have 2... It's how many points you want to pay for D3 power dice.
Yeah.
Or 2... Is it 2 power dice?
D3.
Yeah, it's happened. No, I think I don't know.
D3.
The spell does nothing. The fact that it blows up can be real bad.
Yeah.
But I don't rate it. Against some armies, it'll be really good, but I don't think you need it against them armies. I think 2 catapults instead
But
of a
then
casket.
if you know it's going to blow up, or you know it's likely to get charged and in danger, move everything forward.
Yeah, I don't think the army lends itself to moving forward,
No.
I think the armies are sort of counter-attacking. You've got to have enough. You've got to bring enough shooting and magic to make people come to you, and then you've got your counter-punching units to take the fight to them when they're coming to you.
Yeah.
I think that's sort of the way it's going to play.
Yeah.
The casket, I don't think forces people to you as much as a second catapult would.
I don't know. I mean, you got to think as well. Second catapult, will it be?
Will it be comped?
Will it be comped? If you have one of each, it's not abusive. You know? And also the D3 plough dice plus the Hydro Titan. You know,
But again, will that be comped? And
yeah, possibly. I don't, like yourself, I don't rate the spell that much.
no.
The fact that it's just a leadership test, use your general, use your BSB, plus 1 leadership banner.
But then I suppose it forces you to crowd around your general. Then the
does.
Tomb King player can play out. Like Adam castled one corner against me and then put all the monsters on the other flank, sort of spread out. So I was then forced to put my knights away from the monsters.
But what's it really going to affect other than chaff units that are away from the general?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Your average is 10. Most stuff's leadership 7. You kill 3
don't do
guys
much, yeah.
out of a horde of 40
Yeah,
brawlers.
I don't rate it much. Don't rate
and
it
also
at
as
all.
well, if you are casting it, you're not getting your D3 power dice because you have to using them to feed it.
I don't think it's never going to be seen.
Oh, no.
I don't think it's an auto choice. I think it's another Orc and Goblin one where it's good enough to be in the list or it's good enough to leave out. Or bad enough to leave out, whatever. It's player's personal choice. I don't know. Well, we've got a Tomb King show coming up. I think we're on episode 62 now, so I think episode 64 is going to be our Tomb King show.
Sounds good.
We've got a chap local who plays a lot of Tomb Kings who's going to come on and talk to us, hopefully. Already sorted it out with him.
Is that Tron?
Yeah, Warhammer Tron. He's going to come down. Let's get the theme music for him. There you go. Okay, so any other games you just played?
I've played 2.
Hobgoblin.
I played Matt last night with his lizard men. That was quite funny. Best bit of that was him mind razoring up his ethereal party slan to charge a single rat ogre and then missing. Still winning the combat by charging on a banner and running the rat ogre down. And then I've played Kev last week with dwarfs.
Oh yes, I remember this.
Man, I just couldn't. You got 3 units basically: hammerers, warriors, and then scouting longbeard dudes. 2 cannons, a stone thrower, a gyro, a runesmith, and a BSB, and it was horrible. Just units of 40 dwarfs, just couldn't stop them.
Yeah,
couldn't stop them. I think I got a bit unlucky with the furnace. I knew the furnace was going to die pretty quick from the cannons and stone throwers, etc. But I thought, shove it forward, try and whittle down one of the big units. Wow, all my magic and all my shooting went at the other unit because he deployed his scouting unit in his own deployment zone because there was nowhere he wanted to scout it. So that got 13th, scorched, shot at, and reduced pretty quickly to a size I thought, right, I can deal with this. And I thought the Plague Furnace could do the same thing, go into the hammers or something like that. And I went in, it already killed the Furnace, but I went in horde, 40 guys, and the Plague Priest with the Plague Banner. And I think I killed 6 dwarfs. Do you know what I mean? 4s with a reroll, 5s with a reroll, and he gets a save of 5, 6.
Yeah.
And I killed 6. And then I think he killed about 15 in return or something silly.
Made you run away.
Made me run away, yeah. And they just kept on running. So yeah, that was a bit rough. And then I just couldn't deal with 2 fully sized dwarf units. Just couldn't stop them.
Coming at you.
Coming
Like
at me,
Cleopatra.
yeah. And again, like I say, the Night Runner's not coming up till turn 5.
Yeah, it didn't help.
But turn 5, it's like,
Oh, it's all over there.
Actually, no,
Don't want to fight any of it.
We're going to stay here and not die.
So has United Runners got throwing weapons, missile weapons?
Slings.
Slings, so you can come up and blat something. You can't move in if you come up and don't move.
I would imagine so.
You're not checked.
You're climbing out of the ground.
Okay,
I'm going to say you can't
fair
moving. I don't know how you'd argue that.
Does
one
it matter with
against.
slings? Does moving?
I think it does, because they're not thrown weapons, are they?
Oh, I don't know. I'd
know.
have thought so. It's been a sling. Just throwing it into it. You not watch Game of Thrones?
No,
Someone got slinged to the face. It's brilliant.
it's rubbish.
Oh, I think you're the only person in the world.
I think you're right, I am.
It doesn't like Game of Thrones.
It didn't get me. The first 2 episodes didn't get me, so they're all on my Sky Player.
Let's run through the pros, and then you can run through the cons, okay? Titties.
Okay.
Dragons.
Have you seen the internet?
Swords. Fighting.
It just didn't get me.
Magic and stuff.
Didn't get me.
No.
Like I said,
Fair enough.
they're still on the Sky Player, and I'm sure I'll go back to them and have another look at them.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, the last episode was really good. The one I missed on Monday night apparently was good as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is I've never read the books. I've never heard anything about the books. So I'm going into it completely blind, and I don't think a lot of it's explained too well. I think a lot of it's assumed you know because you've read the books. And someone who's not read them is sitting there going, well, what's the thing with him? Do you know what I mean? Why is he so important or whatever?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I can see it from that point of view.
I think that's why it's not grabbed me. Hey-ho.
Okay, fair enough.
Not everyone likes wrestling.
No. Okay, so what else have I been doing? I've been reading a lot. You've been sort of reading as well, haven't you?
No.
Well,
Been listening.
Yeah.
It's not sort of reading,
you
is
don't
it?
think listening to an audio book, is that not reading a book? Same sort of stuff?
No.
Is it not? Why not?
Because you're not reading it.
Well, you listen. You're digesting it. You're taking it in, whether you're reading it, listening to it. It's all
Well, okay.
getting the same information, different media.
I've been listening to a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you get?
Downloaded, God, I forgot what it's called, Deception Point by Dan Brown.
Right, I've not read it. Is that the latest one? Was it? Oh no,
No, that was
Deception
one of
Point.
his
Oh, I
early
have
ones.
read this one.
Yeah.
What's it about again?
It's about NASA.
Yes.
Yeah, I think, I read Da Vinci Code when that came out because everyone was going on about it.
And it was the worst one.
And then I read his other books. I quite
Yeah.
enjoyed Da Vinci Code. I know a lot of people sort of slag it off, but I thought it was quite enjoyable. So I went back and read his other ones, and I think the Da Vinci Code is his weakest book.
Yes, it's still good.
Still
it's very good.
Yeah,
but it is
I think
his
it's
weakest.
good. But yeah, Deception Point's good. Digital Fortress is another one, and Angels and Demons obviously the one before Da Vinci Code.
Yeah. Did you ever read Deception Point?
Yeah.
So you just liked it, so you
I've
thought
read
you'd
them all
get
before,
it?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got it through Audible, listening
Yeah.
to the boys
See,
at the D6G.
Fancied signing up to it, but I don't know. It's I've got the Kindle for my birthday, didn't I? So
Yeah.
I've been reading a lot. I don't think I can. I really want to pay for Audible and buy books on the Kindle, which
Yeah.
is costing me a small fortune.
Yeah.
Because when you're on the Kindle, when you finish reading the book, it automatically gives you links to more by the same author
Yeah.
and similar in this series or.
People who bought this
Yes,
also bought...
and it's like
'cause it's
one click buy.
Amazon, isn't it?
Yeah, one click to buy.
They're
And
not daft, are they?
mate, I've spent a fortune. I'm on book 8 or 9 of the Dresden Files at the moment. I bought the last 3 altogether because I got fed up of.
So, I assume that you got onto them from the D6G as well.
Yes,
So they're just trying to bankrupt Bad Dice, aren't they?
yes, yeah, definitely games as well. I bought some board games.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Dresden Files, can't recommend them enough. It's just, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I'm on, I can't remember whether it's 9, 10. I can't remember the titles because I read it if you read a book and you've got the book in your hand, every time you pick it up, you see the title because it's there. Whereas with a Kindle, you turn it on, it goes straight to your pages reading, or the app on my iPhone or my iPad, you go straight to the page. And it's, you know what I mean? You don't see the title, so I couldn't even tell you the name of the book I'm reading at the moment. I just know it's the latest I'm on in the Dresden Files, which is quite, like I say, can't recommend them enough. If you want to, it's like a fantasy, present day fantasy is the best way I'd describe it, and it's pretty good.
Well, I was impressed by the Audible service.
How does it work then? What do you have to?
Basically, you just log on. And
Are you doing it through your iPhone?
No, there's an app that you can listen to them through, and I think you can also buy from. But I did it on the computer.
Okay.
D6G just have got a promo on there, so you get one free book if you sign up. Basically, it's one of those free trials. You know what I mean? You sign up, it's free for 14 days, and then they start charging you.
Yeah.
So you sign up, have a look around, get your book, sign out again.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, because otherwise, you forget, and then you've been charged 100 quid, and you go, oh crap.
yeah, of course.
But yeah, basically there's various packages they do. It strikes me as very similar to what's the movie one?
Netflix.
No, where they send them to your house.
Oh, Love Film.
Love Film, that's right. Similar to that. So you can have one film a month, or one book a month, or 2 or 3 or whatever. So you sign up. I think it was $14 a month, and you get one book every month. Credits can mount up and roll over, and then basically one book is one credit. Download it. It's on your computer. Or move it over to your iPhone. Dead easy. Even I did it. That's how easy it is.
Yep.
So yeah, I was quite chuffed, and I think when times improve, I think I might have to sign back up again.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I do like the idea of it, but I'm on a podcast kick at the moment. I've got like 10,000 new podcasts that I listen to. So, so speaking of podcasts, we'll start with Point Hammered, actually. So Point Hammered podcast is the Warhammer podcast. They're in Wisconsin in the States, and they've been going a while. They're on like episode 40 or something. They don't have the release schedule isn't quite as quick as ours, so they do it when they feel like it, I think every couple of weeks, 3-4 weeks. But they do also a thing called the Paint Cast or Paint Nights. And what they do is they all go, instead of being in one house with a mixer, microphones, all what we've got, they all do it from the computers at home, at the painting tables, do some painting, and basically it's an excuse to get some modelling time in. And they try and get some guests on to come on and be on the show with them while they do it. And I was a guest on Sunday night. I had a couple of hours. This is why I've got so much modelling done, to be honest. A couple of hours, been on the Point Hammered podcast, chatting away, just not really talking much, you know what I mean? Just talking about everything, Warhammer and painting and modelling, and yeah, really good, a lot of fun. Really enjoyed doing it. Nice bunch of guys, and I can't recommend them enough. So check them out. It's the Point Hammered podcast. You can find them on iTunes or just Google them; they'll come up. So yeah, spot on. I also bought a T-shirt off them. They said they'd got some T-shirts, so I had one sent over. So I like my Point Hammered T-shirt.
I don't listen to it religiously. But I've listened to a few, and yeah, I quite like it. I do like the painting night ones.
Yeah, they're good, aren't they?
Yeah, they are good. And it's just, like I say, guys talking shit about Warhammer.
What more can you want? Yeah. So more people talking shit about Warhammer. Garage Hammer or Garage Hammer. I listen to them, not quite as much as I do the others, simply because the 4-hour show I can't cope with.
Yeah.
But then other people say they absolutely love it. So when I have listened, I've really enjoyed it. But then I've got one 4-hour show in my life. I don't need any more. D6 Generation fills that slot. So yeah, like I say, I listen to a few of them. Like they've done an offshoot of, which is Garage Gamer. So It's not just about Warhammer, it's about all sorts. So I've started listening to them ones. They're quite cool. The latest one was a Malifaux one. But the guy who does the show has got a young lad who came over to the UK for a holiday with his mum. And he was down at Warhammer World last weekend, so I popped in to say hello. That was it, really. Popped in, buy some paint, said hello, and left. So it was nice to meet him.
Did he go all starry-eyed?
No, don't think so. So yeah, I just want to give a shout-out to Harrington to say hi, and nice to meet you. And that's it, really.
Okay.
So, other podcasts I've been listening to... Leo Laporte. I've just discovered Leo Laporte is a American technology podcaster.
Okay.
Quite big. Does a lot of shows, on a lot of radio stations. That's cool. This Week in Tech, Twit, and also The Tech Guy. A couple of shows. Because I've just bought the iPad, so I'm listening to all the gadgety ones to find out what's cool and what's... before I bought it, find out what was... if it's worth getting or whether getting a competitor or which version I want. But yeah, I've listened to it a few, really like it. What else?
So what did he say? Yeah, just buy the most expensive one.
No, because that's what I did.
Pretty much what you did.
Yeah. He did say, actually, because they talked about that very subject on one of his shows, and he said it's not got to the point where he can recommend to someone else to buy something other than the iPad. There's plenty of stuff out there as good or maybe a bit better in some aspects or a bit worse in this. But as a whole package, the iPad's just simply so simple, so good across the board that buying an iPad was the best recommendation he could give. So yeah, that's what I went for. So yeah, like I say, it's another Arachnox Spider moment, really.
Yeah.
It was, I went down to buy the 16 gig Wi-Fi for 400 quid. Someone says to me, "Oh, you've got to get a 3G one. Get a 3G." So, well, yeah, fair enough. I got the 3G version. That's an extra £100. And then to bang up the size from 16 to 32 is 80 quid. And then while I was at the store, my girlfriend says, "You may as well get the big one." So yeah, we got the daddy with all the toys.
A fool and his money.
Yeah, exactly. But what's 80 quid when you're spending 600 already or whatever?
Still 80 quid.
And I went in the Apple store as well. Went in Sheffield on a Saturday afternoon. Mate, I'm never going in an Apple store again in my life. It was horrendous.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It was like the next sale. But yeah, for those who don't get the next sale reference, in the UK, there's a big sale at Next on Boxing Day normally, isn't it? Or the day after
and
Boxing
it's
Day.
normally like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and it's carnage. There's people fighting and climbing over each other, killing each other over cheap clothes. With the ones that they wouldn't have bought a week before because they were shit. That's why they're in the sale. But now they're killing each other over.
Yeah, now they're a tenner instead of 50 quid.
This was the Apple store. So yeah, I'll never go in an Apple store again. I probably will, but not if I can help it. So basically that's my Fortnite fantasy. A bit rambly. Did lots of other random stuff. Oh no, some more. So have iPad, bought games. So we've got Carcassonne, Scrabble, Small World, and Ticket to Ride all on the iPad. Seriously cool. Seriously cool. And also, I bought a new board game called Survive Escape from Atlantis, another D6G recommendation, and it's really good fun. It's the best game I've bought since Galaxy Truckers.
Oh, that's
it's as much fun as Galaxy Truckers,
really?
I reckon. Yeah. It's all the cheating neighbours sort of drop them in the water and then run them over with a shark or a whale or whatever. Dead good fun, really good fun. So we'll have to have a go at that one.
We'll have to give that a go, and we'll have to give
the Lord of the Rings card game. Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Well, I've listened to a few podcasts.
Oh, yeah, go on then.
Mainly on wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling podcasts.
Yeah, a couple of wrestling podcasts. That's about it, really. Macho Man Randy Savage is dead.
Yeah, what's all that about? I remember him when I was a kid. Macho Man and the Ultimate Warrior used to be the 2 hour in two, and Bret Hart. So,
Bret Hart was on Raw on Monday.
Isn't he dead?
He looks it.
Oh.
He really does. He came back like last year at WrestleMania and did the whole finale, and I thought, right, that's it. He'll wander off into retirement. We'll never see him again. And then he turns up at a pay-per-view in a Kiss My Foot match because he fought Jerry Lawler in a Kiss My Foot match years and years ago. So I don't know. It just seems a bit like he needs a bit of a paycheck or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's got a bit of a tax bill.
Yeah, seems an odd one. But yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage crashed into a tree, or had a heart attack and then crashed into a tree. And
good way to go.
Well, I don't know.
Worked well for the dude from T-Rex.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, on that note, have we said the words that we don't need to say yet?
What are they?
Don't know. I can't say what they are. We sort of wanted, the listeners challenged us not to say a certain phrase, and we've probably said it. I don't know. We've got to keep trying not to. Once upon a time, there was a guy named Oggy. Oggy loved nothing more than to go to a Warhammer tournament on a Saturday afternoon. He'd got his lovely army all ready to go, all purchased from the Og Games web store. And he'd even lined up his first 8th edition Warhammer event. The day of the tournament came, and it was horrible. He got smashed in every single game. It was all too much. Oggy was ready to give in. He'd had enough. He didn't want to play this silly game anymore. It was going to be an epic rage quit. And then the voices started.
Oggy! Oggy! Embrace the filth! Oggy! Embrace the filth!
It was like a switch had been flipped. Oggy was a new gamer. He headed straight to the Og Games web store, oggames.co.uk, and he created his armies of mass destruction, and the best thing was, they were all at 15% off. So head on over to oggames.co.uk, where you can get anything you need from the Games Workshop universe at 15% off. They also have a huge range of products that can satisfy all your wargaming needs. That's oggames.co.uk. And we're back from the break, and we're going to talk about the news, and there's been a lot of it recently, haven't there?
Yeah, it's been all go, hasn't it?
Yeah, lots and lots and lots. Last week, or 2 weeks.
Yeah, lots of announcements.
So, now there's 2 here, which, probably 3 actually, which are really vying for top billing, but I think the biggest one, because we'd like to be no hate, has got to be the Finecast, hasn't it, really?
Yeah, obviously the rumours have been about for a while that they were going to go to resin models. Everyone was sort of poo-pooing the idea. And then GW announced the other week, didn't they, that, yep, we are, and it's out on Saturday, 28th.
So, we've got White Dwarf in front of us, which is just the Finecast issue.
Yeah, the Finecast Dark Eldar issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, well, yeah.
What do we know then? What is it?
It's a resin. It doesn't kill you, which is nice. Yeah, helpful.
Not like asbestos.
Not like asbestos.
Asbestos. I need to talk about this.
No. Oh, we don't.
Stop
No. I had
Stop
8
the
hours.
show. Asbestos. Right. Okay. What is wrong with you people on Twitter? So, you are main culprit. You go on asbestos course. You post about asbestos.
I was bored.
You post more about asbestos than you do when we go to a Warhammer tournament and say, follow us on Twitter. We'll be tweeting.
No, I don't.
You posted more about asbestos than you do at the Warhammer tournament.
No, I didn't.
When it was 1 day of asbestos and 2 days at Warhammer.
No.
And then the people following us reply more about the asbestos than they've ever done about any Warhammer content we've posted in 2.5 years of doing the show.
Found it interesting. What can I say?
Asbestos. What the fuck?
Let me tell you a story.
Oh.
8 hours yesterday of asbestos training, telling us all how dangerous it is, how if we go near it we're going to die, and how to deal with it if we find it. Okay? Telling you about all getting suited up, your respirator, using shaving foam if you've got to drill a hole through it to keep the dust down, etc.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, fine. Okay, no problem. Gets to a job this morning. Got to scrape some textured coating off a concrete lintel.
Yeah, okay. About 40 years old.
About 40 years old.
Bait.
You know, good potential from what we learned yesterday that that's going to contain some asbestos. So I said to my mate, I says, right, get a yard of ring, we'll get a suit, a vac, and some plastic, and we'll deal with it, as we've been taught. Oh, no, do we have to? Well, yeah, probably, you know. There's a good chance it's got asbestos in. Oh, rightio. I turns my back for 30 seconds, and he's scraping it off with a shovel.
And licking it. Maybe not licking it.
And I'm just, I don't know. Maybe it's an age thing, and I don't know.
Anyway, what's this have to do with Finecast, and why are you taking us off track?
I didn't, you did.
Okay, might have done.
Yeah, a little bit.
Right, back to the Finecast. So it's a resin which doesn't kill you.
It's a resin that doesn't kill you. It comes on a sprue, which I find quite funky.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know what to expect with that, really.
No, neither did I. I mean, I know that the privateer stuff comes on a sprue, but then it's snipped off before they pack it up and send it out, or it comes on something. But I wasn't sure what to expect, whether it'd be like what Forgewood is, where it's all sort of just on a tab. But
yeah.
The pictures in White Dwarf, it comes in a sprue that surrounds all the parts. So what it says in here is you clean it up like you would a normal metal.
Was that burp into the microphone?
It was a little bit
that was,
of burp.
Dude, we don't
Sorry.
do that stuff.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah. It says you with a third can of beer in front of you.
Second. I've had a rough day at work.
Okay.
Carry on. Roll the show.
Yeah, it says you just snip it off with snips, clean it with a knife and a file, and that's it, really. It says that you don't need to wash it. And
Apparently you didn't need to wash the metals, though.
See, I only ever had one trouble with that. Ever.
I tend to do mine as a matter of course to stop me having trouble.
No, only ever had that once where they wouldn't stick, and I washed them.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, it says that you shouldn't need to wash them apart from in, very isolated cases. You can bend them like you can the Forgewood stuff.
Yeah, so you can just get a bit of hairdryer on it, can't you?
Or a bit of hot
dunk them in hot water.
And then you stick them together with super glue. That's it.
Nice.
Job's done. By all accounts, they're supposed to hold much more detail because resin does. But somebody made a very good point on the Warhammer forum of they're going off models that were made with metal in mind.
Yeah.
So I imagine the detail is going to be a little bit sharper than them. But what interests me is what they're doing now. what the guys are sculpting now with the resin medium in mind and what they're going to look like.
Yeah, so if obviously you can only have so long a sword because it'll start to put too
Yeah.
much strain on the joint, whereas now your sword can be 3 times
Yeah.
as long and 10 times as heavy or whatever.
Well, there's a bit of an interview with Ali Morrison in there talking about that, about conversions and things like that, and what people can do with these models because there's no real weight to them. They won't be top heavy anymore. So yeah, quite interesting.
So what do you think this means for us as converters and gamers and whatnot? Is it any different, or is it better, worse?
I think it's probably better. I don't think it makes a huge amount of difference because there's a multitude of plastic kits out there nowadays.
Yeah.
I suppose it just opens up a few more possibilities, doesn't it? With the things that would have been in metal, now are in resin, which has got to be easier to chop up and convert.
So is it the complete range is now in Finecast?
Apparently not. Apparently it's just like the first 100 or so things have been converted over, and then like next month they'll do another 100. And
So the conspiracy theory is starting already of the ones that haven't been done are going to be the ones that are getting changed, or
don't know.
no?
Maybe.
Fair enough. I don't know. I know there's a list on the internet somewhere. I saw it on Tabletop Gaming News.
Right.
Of the complete range of what's been done in this wave and what will be done in the next 1 or 2 waves of it.
Oh right, I've not seen that.
I've seen some Twitter talk on it as well today, but I've not had a chance to. I'd have liked to have had it printed off and with us now, but there's no point listing 100 models.
No.
But there's some new releases, some Two Kings stuff come out as well, hasn't there?
Yes.
And this is all in Finecast.
This is all in Finecast. Yeah, let me find the page.
So basically, it's the metals that you'd have thought would have been released with a book.
Yes, that are now, which are actually in the Tomb King book, aren't they? Some of them.
Are they really?
Yeah. The Shabti with bows,
Yep.
Prince Apios, and Necrotech, a new Leash Priest, which I think's lovely.
I like him as well. I know
I
he's
really
been getting a lot
like
of hate on the Twitter.
Yeah, someone says that he thinks they look like he needs a wee. But I said he's been asleep for 1,000 years. You need a wee.
Yeah, I always need to piss in the morning.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's really nice. I think it's such an improvement on the old ones, because they were awful.
Oh, the old ones were dire. I had 3 of the same mounted
yeah.
one. It was shit. It
That
was
one-
low staff, high staff, and middle staff.
That one, I think's lovely. I really like him. And also as well, someone said, oh, it looks a bit too necromancy. Well, so what? Use him
Yeah.
as a necromancer.
What do you think to the Shapti? I like the older models better than the new ones, to be fair.
Mate, the older Shabti have always been gorgeous.
Yeah, always like the figures.
Also as well, something that I found quite interesting on the old Warhammer forum, when the Finecast thing went up and everyone was like, oh, it's price rise, oh, it's too expensive. The little thread where someone's mentioned that the Shabti have gone down by about £4 a model, it's got 6 people who've commented. Curious there.
So they've gone down, have they? What they were 15 quid a man before, and now they're 10 quid.
£14 something a man, weren't they? And now they're £30 for a box of 3.
That does seem odd. It's not normal policy, is it?
Don't knock it.
Yeah, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying it's a bit strange. Well, hopefully it's a sign of things to come, maybe. How much are the ones with bows? Same price?
Same price, £30.
Okay. Interesting.
I don't think you can grumble at that. £10 for a Shabti.
No, not really. So what else is new? We've got some new Dark Eldar as well, haven't we?
Dark Eldar. Oh, God, Dark Eldar. I love them. Absolutely love them. The Talos and the Pain Engine. Talos Pain Engine and Kronos Parasite Engine are out. We saw these, didn't we, in the Warhammer World store?
Yes, we've had a look at them.
Yeah, really cool. Really cool. The Talos' arms, or where its sort of weapons are on pins, so you can pop them in and pop them out, which is kind of funky, because it's got the world of options.
Yeah.
So they're nice. Scourges.
Yeah, so these wings, another
mate.
set of plastic wings.
Another
And
set of plastic
Is there
wings,
3
yeah.
different types, or...?
I'm not sure. There's
There's
various feathered ones, and then there's a bat one. I don't know if the feathered ones are... Actually, yeah, no, they are. They're slightly different. Yeah, there looks like there's 2 types of feathers and then 1 bat wing.
It's a shame there's only 1 bat wing, because I don't think the feathers fit on a lot of conversions where the bat wings do.
Oh, I don't know. Really like them.
Maybe you can buy 5 boxes.
Yeah.
Or not. How much are they?
£15.
And how much were the gargoyles when they came out with that? That was for 10 though, wasn't it? It was 18 quid for 10.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So yeah, the scourges that are released, plastic. What else we got? The Talos,
Oh, you got the
Razor Wing
Harlequin.
Jet Fighter, which looks pretty big if you ask me. It's on a big flying stem like the Storm Raven is. And it's 25 quid.
Yeah, I thought you showed it me and said
Yeah.
how much do you think that was. I was like, I don't know, 40 quid. You said 25. Not bad.
I like it.
And then there's a couple more.
Venom, which is like a pimped up Viper.
How come Dark Eldar are getting all this stuff? No other army has.
Did you see the old stuff?
Yeah, I know, but there's loads, absolutely loads.
Yeah, but they released a book and then it didn't have any models, did it?
I don't know.
Yeah. Rax, Grotesques, Homunculus, they're all in Finecast. 20 quid for 5 racks. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Dark Eldar, so Greg Milnes,
Oh,
Dark
yeah.
Elves. So Greg, who goes to tournaments with us and we play with on Tuesday nights, done a Dark Elf army out of just Dark
Dark
Eldar,
Eldar, yeah.
and it's amazing, isn't it? Took some photos overnight.
Yeah.
I'm going to get them posted up on Twitter. It's some really, really good stuff, like the Incubi for the Blackguard, and yeah, it's used all sorts,
Yep.
absolutely all sorts, and it look really, really good. I think a few of us all thought, Dark Elf army.
Yeah.
I certainly thought,
I did, yeah.
Sixth Dark Elf army, or however many I've done already. Is that it for new releases?
Yeah, you're saying that about Dark Elf, about all these new things. They've got 9 plastic kits.
Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
A lot. Okay, well, moving on from the new releases. So going from some good stuff to some bad stuff, really. I think we're going to go for a short break, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the bad stuff.
Okay.
Hi guys, I just want to take a minute to tell you about an amazing new product from Battlefoam. It's the brand new Battlefoam Warhammer Fantasy trays. Battlefoam have recently released 40 of these trays, pre-cut to suit any of your fantasy army needs. If you have a huge monster, an amazing character, or a wild conversion, you can also design your own tray using the Battlefoam Custom Tray Creator. You can get a unique custom tray to suit your unique custom army. Battlefoam also make a revolutionary range of bags called the Pack System. These bags are designed to carry your army in total safety no matter how big or small. There'll be a bag designed for exactly what you want. No matter what it is you need transporting, you can find the foam and bag to do it at battlefoam.com. Right, so we're going to now talk about the bad stuff. So it's May, June time again, and price rises. So
Yep.
what is it, across the board, pretty much everything?
All the Finecast stuff has gone up like £1 a model for characters. Then things like the Shabti have come down. And then all the plastic kits look to be going up by £2 or £3, and sort of 8 or 12 quid on a battalion.
8 or 12 quid on a battalion.
Yeah, it looks like
wow,
that.
that's a lot.
Well, not really, because you get sort of 4 plastic kits in it, don't you?
Yeah, but 12 quid on a 50 quid battalion, they're not 50 quid anymore.
Yeah, but if the 4 box sets have all gone up £3,
Yeah, I
the
suppose.
battalion's going to go up by 12 quid, isn't it?
I don't know how they can sustain this 10% or 20% every year price rise. It's just, I don't know. It just can't understand why they do it every year. But what I can, it's money,
Yeah,
isn't
make
it?
money.
It's, less people are buying, make the ones that are buying spend more. It's, I don't know.
It is what it is. Buy it, don't buy it. I mean, it doesn't really change my habits. If I've got 100 quid disposable income to spend on it, I'll spend 100 quid. It means I get a bit less, I get a bit less. But
Yeah.
that's that, really.
What's the other option? Stop playing and
yeah.
let all your toys you've already got to go to waste.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
why the prices go up, because you know it's. Well, I suppose it's not. People like us aren't the ones who are the ones
No,
spending the
no,
money,
not
are
at
they?
all.
So they don't need us to. It doesn't matter if we're bothered that it's an extra £3 for a box
No.
of men. It's
I've spent £400 or £500 a year on an army and paints and whatnot to paint it with and play with it. I'm
Yeah.
fine with that,
yeah, I think you're right.
you know.
It's just a shame, that's all. Okay, next bit of bad news is worldwide trading. They've changed the terms and conditions of trade sales. So basically, people like Maelstrom Games, Wayland Games, all the big
Odd
stores, Odd Games, all the big stores who in the past have shipped worldwide. I don't think Odd Games do so much worldwide trade, but certainly I know Maelstrom and Wayland a lot. When you listen to podcasts from the States, not so much States, but from Australia, a lot of them talked about ordering from them places because it's cheaper than buying in Australia because the Australian dollar is so low. Terms and conditions have changed. They're not allowed to ship outside the EU, or there's a few countries where they can. I think like Norway, Switzerland, a few other places they can do.
Yeah.
Basically, no more selling to Australia, or no more buying in Australia from the UK, where it's cheaper to buy from the UK online stores and have it shipped than it is to buy it in the local GW, which boggles my mind as how that can work, but it's how it does. So I don't know it doesn't affect us in the slightest.
No, not at all.
Well, it's sort of indirectly it would. I suppose if a lot of these big online stores are offering big discounts, all of a sudden have got the trade cut, they're going to be able to offer less discounts to the more homegrown stuff. So I don't know. Hopefully it won't have too much of a roll-on effect, but I can't imagine that it won't, really. But it's just, I don't know.
Again, it is what it is, isn't it? There's various people's opinions. There's various statements been put out by Games Workshop, by Maelstrom and Wayland, and conspiracy theories as to why it's happened, and etc. etc. But
I think the crux of it is if people are buying from the UK instead of buying from Australia, Australian division of GW must be taking a pasting.
And imagine Australian indie stores as well.
Yeah, Australian independent stores can't be happy that then because of how much they buy their stock for, which is a lot more than what you buy it for in the UK, just because of exchange rates and Games Workshop's pricing policy in Australia. I imagine they're not happy that people can buy it from abroad and ship it in.
Yeah.
So I imagine there's absolutely numerous reasons as to why it's been done. The thing is, it's been done. Not much is going to change it.
No.
In fact, I don't think anything's going to change it.
No,
so,
of course it's not.
It's just hard luck to the guys in Australia. Obviously, if you've got friends or family in the UK, I suppose you can ask them to post you some for your birthday and Christmas. But that's about all you can do, I'm afraid. I wonder if eBay sales will be affected.
No idea. eBay from whom though?
All the eBay traders, because you can buy. Would it mean that anyone who sells Games Workshop product on eBay is not allowed to now list it in worldwide eBay?
I would imagine so.
Okay, fair enough. Well, yeah, that's another bit of Games Workshop news. I think the last bit of news we've got is the good news. Back to good news. Yay! Okay, so Chaos Dwarfs are now available from Forge World, and the rules are online. In fact, the rules are in your hand.
I think they've been available for couple of weeks.
Have they?
Maybe missed them.
Yeah, because Forge World have obviously made a big hoo-ha about it. It's been all over everything, and everyone knows, yeah? Because Forge World do that every time, yeah?
I got an email saying they were up for pre-order, and having already seen them at the open date, sort of didn't really look any further. And they went, oh, actually, hang on, there's some rules there.
Yeah. So, I mean, the Games Workshop stuff, when it's coming out, Games Workshop sends you 12,000 emails a week.
And Twitters. And
everything. And Forge World don't, for some reason.
Yeah.
Which is... Yeah, so it's snuck up on us a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, like I say, I think they've been up for, 3 weeks?
Yeah, cat's eating the beans. Charlie! Sorry.
Wow, we're really pro, aren't we? This is
we are tonight, yeah. So what's in the rules?
Okay, Chaos Dwarf Infernal Guard. They're the dudes with no heads. Well, they've got heads, sorry. No faces, that's the one, yeah. I think they are 35 quid.
Is the champion called the Faceless One?
No, because the champion's allowed to take his mask off to show his face.
Take his face off?
I think they're 35 quid for 10 guys.
Isn't that what the plastics cost now after the latest price rise? Isn't Forge World the budget wing of Games Workshop?
Don't go there, man. Don't go there.
So this Finecast, what does that do to Forge World? Because now Forge World is just normal.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Because Forge World, the big thing was it was more detailed, better, random, crazy stuff, what they can't do with metals and that sort of stuff. And Now it's just run-of-the-mill world. Anyway, so, okay, back to these rules. So we've got the Chaos Dwarf Infernal Guard, which are basically the foot troopers, aren't they?
Yeah.
You can't actually use them from the rules from the Realms of Chaos book or whatever it's called.
No.
What's it going to be called? The
Throne
of Chaos. You can't use the rules from the book. It's not.
Tamacarian Throne of Chaos.
Yeah, it's not out yet. So until then, you can use them in a Warriors of Chaos army as a special choice, which is quite nice. And basically, the Chaos Warriors, aren't they? They've got a Chaos armor, which is called Black Shard armor, then shield, so 3-up armor save. They've got some funky weapons options. You've got what they call the Fire Glaive, it's a missile weapon which you can shoot with, and it also counts as like a just a bit below strength. It's a +1 strength great weapon in combat.
Yeah.
And they can give them blunderbusters like they used to have, sim sort of thing. And then what else you got? You got a Iron Demon War Engine. How does that work then?
The Black Shard armor, it's not Chaos armor. You get 4-up save, but then you get 5-up ward against flaming.
Oh, right, okay. So it's got a built-in 5. Oh, that's quite nice.
The Iron Demon War Engine. I forget what it was called back in the day. It used to be pushed by a bull centaur, didn't it? And it used to stomp.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, it's basically the 2011 version of that.
Yeah.
So it's
Was it the Juggernaut before or something like that? Or?
No, the Juggernaut was the big tower thing. I think.
We don't know. But it's a rehash of an old favourite.
Yeah. Basically, when it moves, it can destroy terrain.
Oh,
it just
nice.
Smashes and bashes its way through it. It's got a cannon on the front of it. That's about it, really. Seems a lot of points.
Fair enough.
For what it does.
And it's just the 2 units then, is it?
Yeah, unless I've missed something when I looked. And this you can take in Warriors as a rare choice.
Okay, so you can get 1,000 points of dwarfs and get some marauders, and you could probably use your marauders as model them as Black Orcs or something, and say it's a Chaos Dwarf with your Orcs and whatnot. Yeah, kind of cool. Okay, so I think that about covers it for the news. What do you think? Is there anything else that's been out and you've seen and whatnot?
No, that's about it, really.
Okay, well, we're going to take another short break, and then when we come back, we'll wrap up the show. We've got some bits to cover. Oh, yes, sorry. You've just turned the page. Back of White Dwarf.
Came today, obviously, it's full of the Finecast and the Dark Eldar. Next month, Warhammer, Storm of Magic. Monsters and magic ravage the Warhammer world.
With quite an awesome picture with lots of flying
cool
things.
Picture with just monsters everywhere and what looked to be, I don't know, comets flying through the air? Or maybe they're spells. Don't know. But it does look cool.
So next White Dwarf, Storm of Magic.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, well, we're going to take a break and then we'll come back. We'll wrap up the show. Got a few bits to plug. Got to give a shout out to some guys who've also started up a new podcast, but there's more on that after the break.
RHQ TV, a videocast dedicated to gaming enthusiasts. Catch the latest tabletop gaming products, get painting and modelling tips from industry experts, watch interviews with leading industry personalities, and in full high-definition video. RHQ TV is for you. More than 100 minutes of high-definition video every month. News, interviews, tournament reports, and product reviews. Warhammer 40k and Fantasy, Flames of War, War Machine, and Hordes, and more.
www.rankingshq.com. RHQ TV. Game on.
Unseen Lurker is a new, exciting gaming magazine covering gaming, tactics, hobby, modelling, reviews, interviews, and even the occasional zebra. Each issue has a quarter of the magazine available for download, so you can try before you buy. It's the first independent global magazine encompassing articles from generals and hobbyists all over the world. Every issue of Unseen Lurker, that's Lurker with an E, is packed with giveaways such as custom dice, t-shirts, as well as the Game of the Month as reviewed by our Unseen Lurker test dummies. For more information, check out unseenlurker.com. Okay, so another one in the can. We're going to cover a few things before we wrap up and we clear off. I've got some painting to do tonight. Just got a Cold One Night Standard Bearer to finish off. So, Twitter, I think we're going to start with.
You're not going to rant about asbestos again, are you?
No. Twitter's good. You get to talk about asbestos.
Yeah.
You get to talk about all sorts of things Warhammer related, including you get to chat to the guys from the Black Sun.
Yeah.
So the Black Sun boys, Chris Tomlin and Kaz and
Ben Diesel.
the infamous Diesel and Scott and Dom and all the rest of them have done a podcast. So
Yeah.
if you're interested in finding out some quite leery
you're over 18.
Warhammer tournament antics, and you're over 18 or you've got your mother's
fact,
permission.
If you're over 21,
In fact, if you're younger than 18, what you need to do is download it, put it on your iPod, give it to your mum, ask your mum if she'll listen to it for you to make sure it's safe for you to listen to. That's a good idea. That's my advice.
don't do that, kids. That would be bad.
So yeah, the Black Sun guys have done a podcast.
Yeah.
It's called The Black Sun. So www.theblacksun.com. Check it out. Episode 1's up. It's from the Call to War tournament weekend. Plenty of interviews with the guys, and they've got quite a big group. So there's lots of them talking, chatting about how they went at the tournament, what lists they used, some good ideas on what should be in a list, some bad ideas, and it's all good fun. Some endless ribbing of the Diesel and all sorts of stuff.
And Diesel's urban legends.
Diesel, everything you want from a podcast, so it's all good.
The tramp that could tell the time by looking at the sky.
Yeah, apparently so.
Dubious on that one, I'll be honest.
Yeah, just by looking at the sky and telling you the time.
Does he go like that to block his eye out from the sun and look at his watch?
Yeah, more than likely. So yeah, check them out. Can't recommend it enough. I listened to it. I had real good fun listening to
did
it.
too.
And I can't wait for the next one. So yeah, looking forward to it. theblacksun.com. Okay, now on the subject of Twitter, you can chat to us, chat to them boys, chat to the Heel and Hammer lot. The Garage Hammer guys are on there, even the Point Hammered guys, Pod Hammer on there. All the podcasts are on there. So yeah, as well as the podcasters, you've got just the general Warhammer community. There's hundreds and hundreds of guys posting every day about the games, about the modelling projects, everything. It's like the new forums. The forums recently have been filled with a lot of chaff, haven't it?
Yeah, it's like you say, it's like the forums, but you don't get any of the crap because as soon as somebody puts some crap, you don't follow them anymore.
Unfollow them. So you can pick and choose who you speak to. And yeah, it's really good. So follow us. It's Bad Dice _podcast or at Bad Dice _podcast. You can follow at Heel and Hammer and at The Black Sun. And just stop following them.
You'll figure it out.
And then you'll soon pick up loads and loads more people following you and you following them. So can't say how much I enjoy Twitter. And in fact, I think next show we're going to have, we'll do a bit of a competition to new Twitter followers and give some stuff away. So I don't know what yet, though. So that's it. Yeah. Follow us between now and the next show and someone will win a prize. Don't know what it'll be, but we'll give something away.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
I've got all sorts of stuff stacked up upstairs. We'll give something away.
Oh, good.
No, you can have.
Oh.
Okay, anything else you want to cover before we depart?
No, I think I'm done.
Okay, think I'm done. I'm going to go upstairs, do some painting, drool over my iPad.
One thing I think, actually, Champions League final.
Oh,
It's on
Saturday night.
Saturday. You're obviously at a tournament.
Oh. Talking of Twitter, we can all say it now.
Hang on.
Ryan Giggs.
No, you can't say that. They'll find you.
No,
They will.
It's been on the front of all the papers today.
They'll get you. It's like the fucking Inland Revenue.
They were singing to him, weren't they? It's not a secret. Not a secret
dear.
anymore.
It's quite funny. It's quite funny, really. My missus put it quite well. You know, if you've done that wrong, what's the problem?
Yeah.
You know.
So that's that. Yeah, I think we're going to sign off. I'm at tournament of the weekend at the Tempest event at.
So you're just ignoring the Champions League final then? That was just.
I'm going to watch it Saturday night.
Who's going to win?
United.
Not going to happen.
I think so. I think
I
so.
can't see it.
I reckon so.
I'd like them to.
I'd like them to as
English
well.
team and all that, but I think Barcelona would just be too good.
No,
Again.
I don't think they'll. I think Man United are as good as Barcelona. I reckon.
Fair enough.
I'll go with Man United. Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, that's my prediction. Should we have a score? What I reckon.
I think it'll be the same as last time. 2-0 Barcelona.
Fair enough. I was going to say 3-1 United. I'm getting a bit leery now. Yeah, okay. Well, Champions League final, tournament weekend. It's all good. So, yeah, thanks for listening, and we'll see
tournaments.
you.
What are achievements? Sign
Okay.
up, go. It's going to be good.
Is it not sold out already?
I don't think so.
So we talked to Steve on the last episode.
We did that twice, didn't we?
Yeah, and they were both bad.
At least it wasn't just mine that was bad.
No, Skype fail on mine.
Yeah, Skype
yeah.
fail, iPad fail.
Is there anything else? So we're done now. Warhammer achievements. Check them out. Sign up. Go to the tournament.
I'm not going to say anything else.
You're going to put your hand over your mouth and grumble into your microphone.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for listening, guys.
Cheers,
and
everyone.
we'll see you next time. The preceding podcast was brought to you by Ben and Ben Productions. If you actually enjoyed the show and feel the need to tell other people about it, you can leave a positive review on iTunes. You can contact both your hosts at thebens@baddice.co.uk, or you can contact us individually on Ben Curry at baddice.co.uk or Ben Johnson at baddice.co.uk. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Bad Dice Podcast.